All right, good morning, YouTube. It's a nice Saturday morning out here. It's a little brisk. I had to put a long sleeve or a sweatshirt on. Having a little coffee out here this morning because we're time to dig into this Kawasaki again. So I have sheared the woodruff key off of the crankshaft on this thing, and I know why it happened, but I got the bendix back on. I got everything put back together, cranked it up, and immediately they started running bad. And since I still had the air box on, it was spitting gas up out of the carburetors. So I knew immediately right then it told me that I had sheared the woodruff key off, and the timing was terrible. I knew that because the very first ski that I got was doing the same thing, and then I figured it out. It was the rotary gear that was shredded, and the timing was way off. So you have a ski that just will not idle, will not run right, really will not run at all. Pull your airbox off, and if it is spitting gas up out of the carburetor, I mean, that's a good sign that your timing is way off and you've got something going on there. So anyway, why did my woodruff key shear off? Well, I'm the culprit. I did it. The specs call for 94 foot-pounds, putting the flywheel back on and the flywheel bolt. So I had trouble with my torque wrench getting it down here to it. So all I did was just the old feel hand tighten. Yeah. So I knew immediately that I didn't torque it, and it sheared it right off. So that's the issue. That's what hopefully I'm going to fix today now. So listen, when you're putting the engine back together, use my mistake as a learning tool. You go and look for your torque specs and make sure you follow them, because I just know that's what has happened here in my case. So I'm going to get my GoPro, and we're going to stick it down in here, and we're going to dig this sheared off key that's still in the crankshaft here, and we're going to get it back to my bench. I've got a box of keys, so maybe I've got one that'll fit this thing and get this thing back running today. So all right, I'm going to have a little more coffee here, and then we're going to get started on this thing. Let's see if we can get it back up and running today. All right, let's go. All right, so I've put you down into the hole. Hopefully you can see I've got a light that's partially on, and I can't see, so I'm going to have to do a lot by feel. I've got a mirror down here. My hand is probably blocking it. Let me move you over just a bit. All right, so far this is not working. Okay, so I got it. Now where did it go? You guys saw it. It just dropped down into the bottom of the hole there where all the murky oil is. Okay. Can't tell, so let me get my little magnet and I'll run it down the bottom of this thing and let's see if we can find it. Alright, so I got fortunate there. It fell just into the engine, as you could probably pick it up in case you didn't. I haven't looked at the video yet. But so I didn't have to get down into the murky oil, and so I got that out. Let's get this flywheel. And let's head to the bench here. See what we got. So here's what I pulled out of the engine just now. So that was the half of it. The other half is in here. So I'm going to do the same thing. Get this tiny screwdriver here. And we're going to dig this out. Look at that, I did a number on that, didn't I? This will be its last use. Dig this out, and then I'll put you on the stand here, and let's see what we got, hopefully that we can replace that with. All right, so the other half of this is into the ski. Well, that came out too easy. So felt it release. Let's see if it'll just drop out of the bottom. All right, here we go. So I don't know if this, I always have an issue with focusing, so I'm hoping focuses. So let's see how this goes together. Let's see if I've got anything close to it. Okay, here we go. So that's about what we need. That's what we're looking for. Now, probably a year ago or so, never had cause to use these things, but I bought a package of keys from Harbor Freight. Looking at the measurements down here, I'm not, what's the word? I don't feel like we're going to have a match. There's a definite thickness and difference in all of these. You pick that up again. I don't know if that's picking up, if it's focusing on the camera. I'm trying here. So I'm out of luck. We're not going to be able to fix this thing today because this is really the smallest they have. So I think the width, that is it. So no go. Well, here we come, eBay, Amazon, somewhere to find a key to fit this Kawasaki. So I have no idea what's in front of me. Well, we can't go any further with that then. I'll stop the video here, and we'll just have to wait till I find another key, and then we'll get this thing back together and get it running again. So, all right. Well, all right, we are back, and we have a delivery here. Woodruff key for Kawasaki 650 through 1200 here. So we are in business. Let's get this thing in the ski, tear it out of here. $2.95 part. showstopper. How about that? That little thing, keep the engine from running and keep you off the water, but I guess it doesn't matter now. It's off season. But all right, there she is. We're going to assume everything works. Now what I did, I don't know if I did this off camera real quick. So I made sure there was no damage in here from the shearing of the woodruff key. So everything looks good. And I just cleaned it out with some cleaner, make sure everything's clear of any kind of debris inside here. So we're good there. I'm going to clean out the surface on the front of the engine where on the crank where this is going to slide over. And let's get this key back in here. All right, let's get this key in here. It's very hard for me to see. I'm mostly going from feel. Okay, let's see where we are here. So I can't tell. It feels like I've got it. All right, so this is the trouble I ran into before. I can't get either one of my torque wrenches in here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my impact wrench down here and try it that way. Okay, so I'm going to have to remove my light. Maybe just set it off over here, maybe. Alright, so I did it before. Let's see if we can get this down in here. All right, you guys are seeing it much better than me, so I'm hoping that I've got it on there tight. I hope I've got it seated properly. So now we're going to get this cover back on and get this thing hopefully back up and running well. So, all right, so it's time to get this back on. Let's get a little grease around the end of the bendix here. Alright, so my spring is in the cover. We're good to go there. Looks like I got it seated. And let's start feeding the bolts. Yep. Alright, I'm going to show y'all something. Every time I film, my family has to come out, kind of interrupt. So I think they really want to be on the videos. So here we go. Y'all say hello.
Hello.
They just want to come out and disrupt. They don't want to come out and help. Slowly getting there. Have to do it as always. Everything is by feel, because I cannot see. All right, let's start tightening it down. We got this thing finished. Got it put back together. Got it kind of just shoved back in here in the garage. I still got to winterize this thing before I stick it in the backyard, but at least hopefully we know we got this thing running and we got it fixed. So as you noticed in the video, I still couldn't get my torque wrench down there to torque that flywheel bolt. So as you saw, I just worked my impact gun down in there and hit it with that. So I believe that's going to work. I think that's going to be suffice for without putting the torque wrench on that thing. But anyway, so to close this video out, I'm going to fire this thing up and we'll see if the battery is good. I do not know. This may be a dud. Let's check it out. Before we close this out, let's see what we get. As always, I appreciate you joining me on this, and again, torque your stuff down. Don't do like I do, and some things you can hand tighten, and you know you're getting it there. But stuff like that, it's good to know. At least in my case, putting that my impact gun on it, I believe I've got it set, and we're gonna be good to go. So, all right, appreciate you joining me.